How you doing, aficionados? Kris Baso coming back at you from www.tobaccoworldcigars.com. It's another week, new video, a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about. But first of all, I'm going to tell you a little story this morning. I got give a shout out to Grandma, just in case she's watching my videos. Grandma's at home this week babysitting the kids, and it's been really easy in the morning to get myself ready. And this time before running out the door, I had a chance to really examine the humidor in my office, and I pulled out one of my favorites, a beauty. This is a cigar, if you know me, if you're a guy that watches the videos, that shops in my store, you'll always hear me talk about this. My breakfast of champions is a cup of Cuban coffee in the morning. I probably have 3 of them before I leave the friggin' house. But more importantly, I usually smoke VSG enchantments. The reason you don't see them on my shelf over here, I mean, we got sorcerers and torpedoes and spellbounds, illusions, Corona Gordas, another box of sorcerer. I even have Bellicosa #1s and Trey Mystiques on the shelf. The reason you don't see the enchantment size is because it's most likely at home in my humidor, because that's my bacon and eggs in the morning. My VSG is pound for pound my favorite cigar that I love to smoke every morning. There's nothing like waking up, having a jolt through your bloodstream of the sugar from the Cuban coffee, and the power of a VSG short enchantment. It's phenomenal. But I'll tell you something. Somewhere along my crazy, fucked up life of putting together my cigar assortments for my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinners, I threw the Gurkha El Duque in the equation. I have a box of these at home, and you know, they're spread out inside, so I got maybe 3 in my humidor in my office, maybe 10 of them in my big AV2000 humidor upstairs in my bedroom, and then spread out through all my other rooms in the house. I have humidors that might have an El Duque or 2 in it. This morning I decided to smoke the El Duque, and I didn't have to leave the house, thanks to Grandma being there and messing with the kids and everything. It's just a pleasure having her there. And I sit out on my back porch and I turn on the TV, and I get, not Jackie Johnson, they got this new Chinese girl with big tits on Channel 6 News. She's fantastic. If you guys live out in South Florida, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know her name, I just stare at her tits. But in any case, I'm smoking my cigar, drinking my coffee, playing with my little PDA, making a little calendar schedule for the day, what things I want to get done, and so on and so forth. And it dawned on me, this fucking El Duque is on the money. And I don't know why it takes me a while to think of cigars that I loved over the years to get them to you guys on a video. But I mean, I don't know if I even have that many in stock. They come in different sizes. I'm going to tell you, you got a Churchill number, I wrote down my 4 favorite sizes. Churchill #5, El Duque is my favorite. The second favorite is another size called the XO, which is like a 6x60 ring gauge cigar. It's phenomenal. And then you got the double Corona. Those are my 4 sizes. It seems that I like some of the bigger sizes with the bigger ring gauges, but it's all part of the Gurkha Master Select line. Now, Gurkha makes many different lines. They make the Regent, they make the G3, they make the Louis XIII flavor induced with, you know, with the cognac that, to me, is a little too sweet. It gives me a headache, that Louis XIII cognac one. But they make a lot of different cigars. But pound for pound, the best one, in Baso's opinion, is definitely the Master Select line. As a matter of fact, I went through all of those cigars over the years. The only fucking one that's remained on the shelf for 5 years has been a Master Select, because I refuse to ever get rid of a line that I know steadily sells. People always come in. It's one of those, I don't sell many boxes of it, but a lot of people cherry pick. They'll take 2 and 3 of those. And I don't, Ibra, can you tell me, are the El Duques on the shelf? I'm going to find out what the price is. I don't even know what the price of the El Duques are.
Yes, they are.
What are they?
They are $9 a pop.
$9 a stick. They're a pretty high price cigar. What I consider, my price range of high price is anything between 5 and 8 is your moderately priced cigars. Anything over $8 I consider on the high end. But I'll tell you what, there's not too many cigars out there that are worthy of it. And if you're familiar with this industry, there's not too many people that can come out with a $10 cigar and still be in business. Because, you know, there's a lot that goes behind, in my opinion, making a $10 cigar. It goes from the aging of the tobacco, the cultivation of the tobacco, the fermenting, the actual seeds, how long they're aging this stuff for, how many people they have rolling the cigars, the craftsmanship behind making a cigar, the overall aesthetic look of the cigar, before you even get down to the way it tastes. There's so many reasons why cigars belong in that $10 range, but I'll tell you what, the people over there at Gurkha, they deserve it. They built a beautiful cigar with this Gurkha Master Select, the El Duque, in all their sizes. I give them credit for the entire blend. If you're familiar with the way it tastes, I'll tell you, I was joking with Moret prior to this video taking place, trying to cleanse off my palate so I could describe some of the flavors that are in, and I wrote some of them down. You know, deep in the back, the overtones of the cigar, I get a very, very sweet cherry flavor out of the cigar. But it also has a nutty flavor with a little bit of caramel in it. It's just a wonderfully, wonderfully blended tobacco. They do such a great job with the blend, and this is really the only one that I like. I don't carry any of the other Gurkha lines. I mean, I'll order them for you, but I don't put them on the shelves, and we got 750 different cigars on display. I don't put any other brand or line of Gurkha on display, because this is the one that I passionately like, and there's a lot of regular customers that come in smoking all different sizes that we carry. The blend is made up of a beautiful Havana 2000 wrapper. It's just a gorgeous wrapper. There's never a blemish in it. The overall construction, each one of them look identical. And I remember in one of my last videos, I explained that to you guys, that these cigars gotta look repetitious in the look of it. I open up a box of Padron, they all look fucking identical. Well, Gurkha does a great job of making the same exact replica of a cigar. They use a Dominican binder. They use, this is something that impressed me when I called and asked on information on a cigar. They use Honduran, Dominican, and most importantly, you taste just the right amount in a cigar of a Nicaraguan Ligeiro tobacco. And I'll tell you what, the Ligeiro gives it the oomph. This cigar, without that Ligeiro, would be a perfect medium-bodied cigar, but with the Ligeiro, it's a perfect medium to full-bodied cigar. You get just the right amount of kick. It's not overbearing. If you're a guy that doesn't like strong cigars, you'll appreciate it. This is the way you wean yourself into some of these stronger cigars. Smoke a cigar like this. Once again, I also told Moret I'm not going to do the rating system anymore, and it's not because the cigar to me isn't a 9 or a 10. If I had to give it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it an 8 1/4, 8 1/2, to be honest with you. But there are so many cigars that I want to review, and I don't want to insult anybody if they don't get a perfect 9 or a perfect 10 out of me. So I'll try to refrain from it. If anybody wants to know my scale of 1 to 10, email me privately on the side. I'll give you what my rating system is on the cigar, so I don't insult anybody. But you should know that you won't catch me rating too many cigars that I really don't care to smoke, that I don't mind smoking. And that's the extent of where I'm going to go with that. I do want to do something that I don't normally do in my videos.